Joyride, which is a movie that was I wouldn't say apprehensive about, but the trailers didn't do anything for me. I did not find the trailers to be funny. I thought there was a little bit of shock value in this movie. I wasn't really sold on this kind of reimagining of the Hangover, if you will, which I don't think that's a fair comparison, but at the same time, I think that's what the trailer was trying to sell. And actually, what I got was I think what the Hangover is trying to be, and the Hangover is trying to be this raunchy buddy comedy that actually has a heart in it. And I don't think that's what it accomplishes. I think the strengths of the Hangover is purely on its laugh. I don't buy any of the emotion that that film and Todd Phillips tries to convey. And that's the exact opposite of Joyride, where I think the strength of this movie is its relationship and its characters. This film, of course, has performances from such actresses as Stephanie Sue, who was in the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once last year. She's very funny in this movie, although she's not the lead star in this movie. She plays an actress uh, with a very embarrassing tattoo. That's all I'll really say about it, but it's a very shocking scene when it happens. But this film, specifically, the names I was trying to pull was Ashley Park and Sherry Cola are the two friends in this movie. And you've seen the beats about this. One friend's at a different place in their life, far more successful. The other friend is kind of maybe aloof in their life, not really sure what they want to do, a little bit maybe stuck in arrested development, if you will. They go to China for the friend Audrey, played by Ashley Parks. She has a business trip there. She brings her friend along, and it ends up being this mission that leads them to discover who is Audrey's mom, because Audrey was adopted as a child. Thus, this film is about identity, knowing who you are, slash really specifically not really feeling like you fit in anywhere. And that's where Joyride, that emotion that I spoke about, really hits. I found this movie to be quite heartwarming and to say a lot about identity. And it's done so in a very funny way, because this film is often very funny. It's very raunchy. There are some shock comedy in this movie, but I found the shock comedy that actually deliver on shocks and drive the story forward, where it's not just there for cheap thrills. Although, like I said, there are some really cheap jokes and they got a big laugh out of me. This has, I'll just, without saying the name, this has one of my favorite sports player cameos in a movie just ever. The person that appears in this movie is just absolutely hilarious for his sequence. And like I said, there is a lot of fun to be had with this movie. But what elevated it from a good to a really good comedy for me was the actual, again, and I'm coming back to this idea, is the heart and the screenplay of this movie. Because when we actually meet certain characters, like for instance, when we finally meet uh, the adoptive mother character played by Annie Momolo, I believe is how you pronounce her name. There is an actual legitimate heartbreak in certain sequences like that. And there is just so much power and emotion in it. And you can feel the, I wouldn't say necessarily real life experience, but you can feel the ideas of this movie all coming together in these moments and in these performances from actors. And that's where I think this movie really elevates, where it actually does have a genuine heart. It does have something of meaning to say, and it is extremely beautifully poignant. This is a movie that got me to tear up, and I think it's a really special movie. Some people are going to be drawn away from this movie because of its raunchy elements, and I understand it because this film does get raunchy. However, I really do think this movie is far more than the trailers would suggest. I believe it does have a great heart, and I can recommend Joyride ultimately. I am giving this, if I'm going on a 4-star review, which I do notice, I know I slip between 4 and 5. I'm figuring out a review system. So today we'll do 4 today. I'm giving it 3 out of 4 stars solidly. I think this is a really enjoyable film and one well worth your time. Anyway, my name is Ben Friedman. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more reviews. Thank you all for watching. Take care and bye-bye.